Hi all, it's Piotr. Today I will do a special video about ALIaS Omnibus. As one of you, Monius, asked me to do a short or longer video about it. So I spent last week to read again this omnibus to know exactly how to show and tell you what it is all about. ALIaS. For me, Brian Bendis and Michael Grados created great story, not about superheroes, but you have them here, but about woman that stands for her own. She's a typical woman. She has superpowers, sure, but she's normal woman with normal needs. And if you ask about this explicit content, then yes, it's not for all of us, all the readers of comics. It's for an adult, for sure. Omnibus have inside issues of 1 through 28, and what if Jessica Jones had joined the Avengers. I must say it's beautiful art. You may see it, yeah. Let's see what is under the dust jacket. It's typical how Marvel does right now omnibuses, in most cases. Not always, of course. And at the end, you have the private investigator, Jessica Jones. Dust jacket. We have about her problems, who she is, and of course that it was the Max imprint. And on the other side about creators, Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Grados. Let's take a look inside. As you can see, Grados had help from Bill Sienkiewicz, David Mack, Mark Bagley, etc. Introduction by Alan Heinberg. Great cover. This is the big plus of this omnibus. If you ask me if what is the real name of Jessica Jones, well, it's not Jessica Jones because her last name is Campbell, but we know that later in the omnibus how she became the orphan and why. But main focus for her is that she knows from the first issue, you know that she knows Avengers, but how and why is problematic. Until issue 25, you won't know the full story, why she is so pissed off, angry at herself, at people, she don't trust people, she likes to drink a lot, and she likes to have a good night out. And in the first issue you have her first night out with Luke Cage. So for sure it's not for all young readers. We have political exposure. Someone is trying to change the President of the United States by framing Captain America for something. And of course our private investigator, Jessica is involved with that, but she's not using the tape she have, and for that she is being hunted. But thanks to her connection with military and SHIELD, to be exact, she is able to find who is doing that. Her language for every day, it's strong for sure for readers. It's not always nice talk. Art is great in this omnibus. The storyline, sometimes you have a long dialogues, as you can see here, almost on every page. There's a lot of violence here, but she knows what she's doing. She have superpowers, so she can use them when it's needed. But mainly she focuses on her work as private investigator and meeting guys she likes. So it's normal behavior for all people, adults people. Often in this album you will see that conversation between Luke Cage and herself, that adults people do what they want and what they need at that moment, and for her it was the need of feel something. That is why she was with Cage in the first issue. We have issues about mutants, at least they think they are mutants, about finding the daughter of one of the clients, that she thinks that she escaped because she's mutant. We have great issue about false Rick Jones. There is one guy and he has a wife that he thinks that he is Rick Jones, but of course during the storyline it turns out that he is not the real Rick Jones, thanks to help from, again, Avengers in the form of Jarvis that helped to clarify issues that something is not right with this Rick Jones, that he was the target of his wife, that she was scared that he's not coming back, as we know who Rick Jones is and why he could not be in the hiding. Here we have the conversation with Jarvis. And here this young guy, this is something I don't comprehend that most of the story, because he's a guy that he would like to work for her. He shows at her office, even if he should not be in there. He tried to be her friend. I'm not sure why it was there, but Ben is not always to give us the full story that we are looking for, or answers in that matter. This is interesting issue, number 10, as you can see, in that format. Cool pictures. Here we have the missing Rebecca. The parents don't know why she escaped. Why she escaped? Because she fell in love with another girl and she hates the bigots in her society that hates all kind of the different, like mutants. Even in church the priest is giving the speech that mutants are the evil, etc., etc. There is a focus on Daredevil in this omnibus, that even when Jessica is drunk, when she visits Luke Cage, she is even trying to convince him that he's the biggest hero, better than Luke Cage, that Luke Cage is only looking for girls to make night with them. You see, even Jessica have a night with police officer after she's drunk, a lot of alcohol, but he don't use her. This is the flashback to the moment when she stopped being the superhero. Why? It will be way back in 25th issue of this series. But you can see the police officer took her out because he was afraid of her powers, as he know she was one day superhero. Here we have the priest I was talking to you about. He was telling that it's all fault of mutants, that they are the wrong of this world. We have all the time meetings with, maybe not all the time, but most of the story we have some signs of Avengers. Jessica even goes on the date with Ant-Man, second Ant-Man, Scott Lang. And of course, she ends in bed with him. So again, she's looking for something different in her life. She even have a visit from Spider-Woman, but she don't know why she is there, why she visited her. She's trying to find a reason. You see, they spend the night with themselves, Scott and so it's a pleasure time for her. She got even a meeting with J. Jonah that took care of Spider-Woman, Matty. The girl's name is Matty. And she's being used by dealers of mutant grown hormone. She still don't want to talk with Scott why she's so what happened in the past with her. And here we have how Matthew was used. It's very drastical, for sure. Very drastical. Mixing heroin with her own part of skin. So it's very drastical. From interesting point of view, at least for me, we have even Speedball here. He's trying to help the police, Jessica Jones, and the original Spider-Woman that came to Jessica to try to find a solution what is going on. So we have two Jessica in this album. And of course their meeting starts with fight. But they save the young Spider-Woman. And then from issue 22 we start to piece the puzzles together. turns out that Jessica Campbell was in love with Peter Parker. They went to the same school 15 years ago. She was there when Peter was bitten by a radioactive spider. Again, we have some adult stuff, not for all. And then she's wake up by her brother. This is how she got her powers. Accident with all her family. And she woke up a couple of months later. And she's adopted. She came back to the school. She thinks that Peter is. She thinks that he's pity of her. That was he was trying to help her, but she was so angry at all that her powers started to go up. She could fly. She made Thor for the first time. And you can see she took out one of the Spider-Man enemies. She was even, Murdoch was trying to move her out of the city to find a tiger in Savage Land, but nope, she told no. We have the visit from the Avengers in present time. Because they were some kind of friends, we can say. Here we have the meeting with the next clients that are trying to make Purple Man to tell that, yeah, I killed 38, I think, persons. So she visits him. But before she's doing that, she again, after sleeping with Cage in first issue, then sleeping with Ant-Man, she again drinks too much and wake up in Luke Cage's apartment. And she was telling him that Daredevil is the better, etc. And it's the time when she tells his friend why she stopped being superhero. Because of this guy, Purple Man. He tormented her. He took control of her mind. She was his slave. But he did not sleep with her. She might see her what he is doing with other girls that he took control of to beg him until she starts crying that she would like to be fucked with him. And when he was upset again that Daredevil saved the city, he sent her, as you can see, to go kill Daredevil, that he was thinking that he's with Avengers. And she goes all the way and punches Scarlet Witch. But in the meantime, it turns out that it was the meeting between Avengers, Defenders, so they were pissed off at her and went after her. Carol was trying to stop them before they hurt her. As you can see, she was hit already. Vision was trying to stop her from hurt because she hurt his wife, Wanda, and he hit her. Then we have the meeting with Jean Grey. that wake her up from another time she passed in coma. Her traumatic behavior. Then we have Avengers meeting her to try to solve all these issues. We have Nick Fury. They even invite her to join them, but she tells no. After all this time, she's finally ready to go to speak with Purple Man. He's trying to convince her that they are all in comic world of her, that she's the main hero of the comic, and all that she's having is because she's the comic book character. She did not find a solution to try to help her, to try to solve the case by that he would admit that he did kill 28 people. And then we go to the times when New Avengers were created. After visiting the Riker, sometime later, Carnage breaks free and New Avengers are created, and Purple Man escapes. And as she knows that he could look for her, she's hiding, not going to her apartment, office. She calls Scott, and again they spend time together, and when she wakes up, she turns out that he is all in the ants, because Purple Man is taking his toll on both of them. Even she makes her think the worst thing she could think of. We have Scott, Luke Cage, and her friend in bed. But of course, it's all imagination. He then takes her to the walk through the city, and he tells them all to kill themselves, each person that stands near the next one. And then when it happens, there is a Jean Grey again, that it's something that it's for her own protection. When she was last time with Purple Man, they had special sessions to make a trigger in her mind that will stop Purple Man influence on her, if she wished that. And that is how it starts. When Avengers come, she's free at last and start kicking his ass. And then it's the biggest shock of all, but you can saw it probably in one of the issues before. When they meet, Scott and Jessica meet, she tells him that she's pregnant, and it's not her kid, it's not his kid. There is a time to meet with Luke Cage, and she tells him that it's their baby, that she very, very much would like to have this baby, and then this is the start of the next chapter of their both lives. And we have issue, what if she decided to join the Avengers after their confrontation? Well, first they solve the issue of children of Wanda. So they stop the massacre of Avengers, etc. And she starts dating with Captain America. They are married. We have even Brian Michael Bendis inside. Crime comic pitch from Brian Michael Bendis and the bonus stuff. Sketches. Interview with Bendis, again sketchbook, David Mack. So it's quite interesting to read that, to see how you can show superhero in different light, not always as with superpower that you can solve with them everything, but as a detective. So for me, Jessica Campbell-Jones, it's something that gives us the hope that you can read comics that not always are about superheroes, but people inside with powers that are like us, have feelings, are not afraid to use their lives to whatever they wish to do, not always how they need to be by other people. So I hope that this omnibus, if you have the time and you will find it someday, it will be something that makes you pleasure just like me. And for all of you, yes, there is an eye. This is my copy. This is second edition, first printing from 2014, if I'm correct. Yes, 2014. If you will find it, I hope you will enjoy it, because it's not typical hero. It's about young woman finding her way after stop being a superheroine. So I hope you will enjoy it.